This episode of Bussin' with the Boys, is presented by Barstool Sports.
All right, Riley, 0 for 1. You didn't clap. It's okay, though.
There you go. Go ahead.
You can go ahead.
Yo, hey, I'm fired up, man. The Grandpa's Never Died. I wish Grandpa's never died.
Yeah.
I was stoked.
Number one
when
song.
I found that out. I was like, yo.
Why?
Well, because I heard the jam. I heard the tune. And I loved it because love my grandpa.
Sure.
R.I.P. Will Compton Sr.
This yours?
But and you know how I rock that hat. If mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy.
That's right.
It's my grandpa's hat. So big grandpa guy. So hearing that song, obviously huge fan. Probably the best name for a song you can have. Too.
It's probably the most stereotypical country song
Without a doubt.
out there.
But I feel
I
like
disagree.
to write the most stereotypical country song is probably the goal.
That's got to be it.
I do remember the title I wrote down. Obviously, my granddaddy passed away in February last year. I was in Vegas, found out, got on a plane, flew back to Nashville, and drove home. Got to Alabama like 3 a.m. and wrote the title down. Wish Grandpa's Never Died.
Really?
Didn't write it for another couple months, but I didn't want to write just a song about my grandpa. You know what I mean? About like us fishing and doing this and that, whatever. That's kind of been done before. So I just wrote a song that I thought was like, if I was having a conversation with the two of them today, what would they ask me? Like, hey man, what'd you think about traveling the country? How's it been? What would you change about it? This, that, and the other. And that was kind of the thing.
That's unbelievable.
That's awesome.
Sorry to hear about your grandfather. I apologize.
Well, it's, that's part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are obviously really close. You close with all your family?
Yeah, my whole family lives within about 10 minutes of me in Alabama. So my grandmother, Lola Jean, still lives at the bottom of the hill. My granny, my great-grandmother, she was 98, just passed away over Christmas. So, like, I grew up around my whole family, and they had a lot of influence on me, obviously.
Mm-hmm. That's unbelievable. When did you get into country music? So did you play sports?
I did. I played football, baseball, and basketball all through high school, and then I played football at JSU for a couple of years.
Is that Jacksonville State?
Jacksonville State, yeah.
You guys just a powerhouse
The
out there.
Gamecocks, man.
The Gamecocks.
Yeah, the Gamecocks.
The real
The
Gamecocks.
best one, too.
Yeah, we were pretty tough, and we were.
What position?
I was a quarterback.
You could sling that piece or what?
I used to throw it, man, back in the day. Yeah.
Were you big? So football was number one to you. Were you like, I'm going to the NFL?
No.
No, you thought I'm going to play a little college ball and get out of here?
That was one thing I learned about playing a little college football was there's no shortage of good athletes. Like that's something I didn't know about. Like obviously we had some decent players in my region when I was in high school, but like we got transfers from every Division I school every year. Like we would get some players in the fall that were high school graduates, and then in the spring we'd get a whole nother team.
Really?
Because we were Division I AA, you didn't have to sit out a year to come to Jacksonville State. So guys that got in trouble or maybe didn't make grades or got injured or whatever it was would transfer to JSU. And that was actually, I was the starting quarterback in 2008, and we signed Ryan Perilou off of LSU's national championship team.
Oh, no
It was
way.
Matt Flynn's backup, so he was obviously a lot better player than I was, but we had that every year. And that was one thing I picked up was, man, there's just a lot of great players.
Guys come in and out all the time.
Oh, yeah.
I always think to myself, because I was a guy that was almost ineligible. I ended up going to the University of Michigan, but I was this close to working construction the rest of my life. Like I was,
Same.
no offense to people working construction, that's a hard job.
Same.
But it's like, I always think to myself, like, what about like, there's got to be so many athletes for one reason or another, whether they get in trouble, don't have the grades, that could easily be from an athletic standpoint in the NFL, but that just aren't.
Without a doubt. And the other thing is, it was like linemen. We would have a lineman that wasn't 6'7", he was 6'4". So you got that, like Alabama's going to get the cream of the crop, Auburn. We were competing against all those guys in recruiting, but you got guys that are just as good a ball player, but on paper,
right,
just didn't have that
a little too short
350, not 375, or whatever it is. So there's a lot of great ball players out there, and like I said, the injury thing and then the grades and staying out of trouble is another big part of it with all the eyeballs players got on them now. So it's there's a lot of good ball players out there. I did learn that.
Was there some guys that you played with that ultimately played in the NFL or?
Yeah, it was a guy named TJ Heath from Alexandria that ended up going to the NFL, and he was a great ball player. I saw a lot of guys that were like TJ that were great high school players and got to Jacksonville State and became really great ball players.
Really?
And there was a guy named Dwayne Talbert that was a big old boy, played defensive line, and he was a pretty good high school player at Jacksonville with me. Got up there and just started working. And that's the thing is a lot of times you don't have those coaches that are really going to push you like you do in college. Because, it's a job you don't get paid for when you're playing, unless you're really good.
You're expected to do your shit and then get out of there. Yeah,
exactly right.
When did you get into music?
Right around that time, my granddaddy Buford was a big country music fan. He had an old guitar, and I'd like sit around and play with him. But as far as like doing it and going out and playing in bars, I was in college.
So you were the man then, probably at Jacksonville State.
Yeah.
Quarterback.
The only thing
slinging
people
it.
didn't
Got
come-
the guitar.
Oh my god!
Late nights
got
at
that
the
southern
bar.
draw.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, dude.
There's this
So
old-
Yeah, but everybody
so
talks
like that
boy,
down there.
Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Everybody talks like that down there.
There's this
Yeah.
old boy. He's a good D lineman.
Yeah.
Hell, I probably got into it in college.
He's making
you're
fun
the
of you.
man,
You've been on.
dude.
We've been on for 5 minutes. He's already making fun of you.
Hey,
You
no,
gotta
no,
stand-
I'm complimenting
You got to
him.
stand up for yourself on this podcast. I guess
Oh,
we'll
no,
start
no,
with
no,
shade.
disrespect.
No disrespect.
Don't try to start something
Yeah,
that's not
you're
there.
right. You're right. I'm always trying to stir up Will a little bit. Yeah, dude, playing football is such a fun time, and D1 AA didn't have the opportunity, didn't get recruited D1 AA, but
Didn't have the opportunity.
didn't have the opportunity to get out there. But I mean, playing football with the boys is awesome, and being from that area is pretty cool too.
Yeah, well, that was like a 13th grade for us.
Yeah.
Because I went to Jacksonville High School. So I was right there.
Oh,
so I
yeah,
mean, like
yeah.
I had a couple opportunities to go play baseball at a smaller school here or there, but just playing football in the same city that I grew up in, that was cool.
Your
'Cause we-
family come to all the games, so I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh
you.
yeah, no, I was just gonna say we played our home high school games in Jacksonville State Stadium for a long time. We didn't have a stadium,
Yeah.
so I mean, like that was home. That Jacksonville State was.
Oh yeah, you were definitely the man.
It was cool, man.
Swinging that thing around there, dude. That's awesome.
Where he grew up and everything too.
Buford, your grandfather's name was Buford.
Buford, Green, and Lyndon Bonds. Buford and Lola Jean, and Lyndon and Nancy.
Dude, that's something out of a movie.
I've got a Frances Higginbotham
solid.
as an aunt. She called me a while ago earlier.
Francis Higginbotham.
Yeah, for Higginbotham.
That's
Yeah,
unbelievable.
Higginbotham. Yeah, she called me to make sure the tornado didn't get me.
Did I tell you
Yeah.
what? So where do you live around? You don't have to say specifics, but where do you live around Nashville?
Mount Juliet.
Okay, so that it went through there, didn't
It
it?
did. Yeah, it was a little bit north of me. It was on the other side of 40 from me, but without giving the exact coordinates. It was,
Yeah.
Were you up last night?
Yeah, I was. I saw the lightning was kind of going crazy, so I went out and was watching for it. Power went out, obviously. My phone wasn't working, so I really didn't. I mean, it's the same issue. A lot of people came in. I guess you didn't really know what was happening. Power goes out, you don't have one of those little radios or something or a way to keep up with it.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a little scary.
That stuff's wild. I grew up in Arizona, so there was never a thought of a tornado. And I went to Michigan, said that already. Weird, but they had like a couple tornado scares, but never did I ever think it was a big deal. I say that ignorantly now, knowing that the damage it's caused, but I literally slept through the whole thing, and it landed 2-3 miles from where I live, and started going. But it was just, I do you watch The Bachelor?
No.
That's how we were finding out too.
Yeah.
And it was playing the Weather Channel, just basically playing. It's like, well, I don't think it's going to come back.
Yeah,
on.
we're not going to catch the show tonight.
Yeah,
I'll tell you
yeah.
what. I know that Bachelor show is ridiculous, every sense of the word. But damn it, it really gets you going.
Really?
Yeah, it does.
See, now I don't want to watch.
Do you make fun of it? The Bachelor.
I don't really know anything about it. I mean, I know
Yeah.
what the premise is, but I've never
Yeah.
watched enough of it to really.
Like if one of your boys, I apologize. Which
Harrison. If Harrison was on The
if
Bachelor,
Harrison
would I-
was like, "Hey, you want to watch The Bachelor tonight?" What would you
I know.
say?
I know.
You make fun of him?
Yeah,
Harrison, you know what?
would
Hey,
I
you
make
watch
fun of
it, don't you,
somebody-
Harrison?
Oh yeah, I'd make fun of Harrison for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to watch it a couple
And
times.
I was
no
the
doubt.
same way, and I was getting an IV with Taylor, and then the first episode of The Bachelor was playing, and I got
sucked in,
involved.
dude.
I got sucked in.
I can
My
tell by
wife-
how he's sitting. He watches The Bachelor.
Hell yeah.
I wish he was on this side of the camera. He's got a pink robe on right now.
If people sit like that watching The Bachelor, I'm
Yeah.
sitting like this too.
Hey, Harrison, you watched The Bachelor?
I might have been watching last night. Yeah.
He said I might.
Yeah,
have
and that's how you caught
But
the
it went
storm
off.
warnings.
It went off, and then it was all the storm warnings.
Tornado. Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just a quick thing, if you guys want to go help people that have been affected by the tornado, you can go to our website, go to Barstool's website,
Yeah.
purchase a Nashville Strong t-shirt. All proceeds go to the people that were affected by the tornado.
Yeah.
But yeah, back on The Bachelor though. All right. So you obviously know who Chase Rice is. I'm sure
Yeah.
you guys have met before.
Yeah.
And so there was did you hear about the situation of him
I
and The
saw
Bachelor?
something about he dated a girl who was on The Bachelor and then he was on the
Yeah.
show or something.
Yeah.
I don't-
And there's been like a couple things back and forth, and I don't want to put words in Chase's mouth because that's not the kind of person I want to be. But I think he said something like they went on like a date, and like he didn't want her to go on the show or something like that, and she ended up going on the show. Well, the producers of The Bachelor set up a blind date. Like they said, like they do dates. They do one-on-ones. There's 23 girls,
Okay.
and they slowly go down, and then girls get a card with a date. They don't know who's going. So this Victoria girl ends up going on a date. You know exactly what I'm talking about right now, don't you? Yeah, look at
Harrison's
you back
he's
there.
like, yeah, let's get to
So,
the.
so these two go on a date and they go to what's that amusement park in Ohio?
Oh, the one with the
Cedar
yeah,
Rap-
Cedar Point.
Cedar Point. So they go there, and then there's a private concert with a country singer going there, and this handsome boy with a beard's getting after it, And she's like, holy shit, that's my fucking ex-boyfriend right there.
So
Yeah.
that's okay.
And so it's they're literally on stage and they're from, me to Alex.
but they did it on purpose.
they did it on purpose.
The
So it's
Bachelor
like-
did, but neither of them knew. Chase nor Victoria. Nobody knew the setup was
Wait,
happening.
did the Bachelor guy that took her on the date know that they used to
No,
date?
they had no idea.
Oh.
So she broke it to him at dinner later
at
in
him.
the day.
He's like,
I
"Ah,
gotta tell you
shit."
something. Because he thinks he's the man. Like, yo, I know you're loving this.
Yeah.
And they're at dinner later that night and she, starts crying a little bit, real dramatic. And then she's like,
Man, that's awkward.
It is awkward. I was watching.
So wait a minute. I just told you that I didn't want to watch The Bachelor. Now you got me watching it.
You gotta suck in now, hey,
Y'all,
You
y'all
gotta
get
watch
paid
that
by
thing.
The Bachelor to give
No.
people hookah?
No,
No,
don't watch
no,
The
no.
Bachelor. They don't support Bussin' with the Boys yet.
No free
Oh
shout
my
outs.
god.
No free shout outs. But I thought it was such a funny situation. I was sitting there and I texted Chase and I was like, is all this stuff true? I didn't get a text back. so I don't know what to think of the whole thing. But I tell you what, I put my wife on that show. She thought it was dumb. She says, this is ridiculous. Why would you put people in this situation? The show's hilarious.
That's kinda
If
how
you
it
just want to
happens,
tune
too.
off for a little bit, it's awesome. I think it's hilarious. But people are fucked up, man. They do fucked up shit. And when you go, we had a guy who was on The Bachelor. Or The Bachelorette. He won the show. They got engaged. And
So if you win, you get married?
if you win, you get
Yeah,
engaged,
you're
and you go through the
Yeah, it's crazy.
and go on Jimmy Fallon. Then I'm sure you write a book or something like that. I don't know. Basically, it's a get popular fast scheme. You know what I'm saying? There's different varieties of celebrity, and I would say that's probably on the lower tier on my list of a reality TV celebrity. But so they break up. He comes on the show and he's telling us that when you go on, you basically sign away your rights. Like they can depict you in any way they want. They can make you look however you want. They can cut a scene where you're looking all mad or maybe just staring off in the distance, and then it shows them showing up just to cause drama on the show.
Oh, I've lived it. Not The Bachelor. I was on a reality show on CMT.
Were you really?
Yeah, it was called Redneck Island.
Redneck Island.
Redneck
Is it
Island.
kind of like The Bachelor?
I can't believe I'm bringing this up. I'm usually like hoping people don't
We
bring this up.
do
in
terrible
interviews.
homework, man. We do
It's great.
terrible.
Hey,
Oh, by
did
the
you
way,
have it on
by the
there,
way, I'm
Alex?
Riley.
Oh, it's on.
I'm a country singer.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Pleasure.
Hey, look, was on Redneck Island 2016.
You were a winner.
Hosted by Stone Cold?
Well, I mean, yeah, if y'all want me to tell the story, I will.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I didn't know if it was important enough to bring up.
Hell yeah, it's important enough to bring
so
up.
important.
I was playing a show at the Floribama down on the coast, and some guy comes up during my set, and he's like, "Hey, man, I'm a casting agent for this show on CMT. It's called Redneck Island. You'd be perfect for it." I'm like, "Yeah, okay, whatever." This dude's drunk. Give him my phone number. He calls me from somebody calls me from LA the next Monday. Send over this contract, and it is like very plainly like can portray you in false light, can do this, that, whatever. So I was like very skeptical about doing it. Now, obviously, I was playing country music at the time, so I was like, well,
What an opportunity.
the problem is I've never seen anybody on a reality show and thought, oh my gosh, look how smart that guy is.
Yeah.
They make everybody look so
No,
crazy.
I'm with you.
So I'm
That
like,
is- that's a good point.
There's always like, if you watch enough shows, like there's one or two people that you're rooting for
it's
them.
just hard to like a lot of people on there because they make you look crazy. They want the drama. That's
Yes.
what makes the show. So I was a little skeptical about doing it, but I figured, man, if they just mention I play and sing and some people watch it.
You just need one person to believe in you, right?
So, I went on the show. I was super boring. I slept most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
And then one thing about it, if I'd have went on the show when I was about 22, it'd have been on.
Yeah.
But I was like
said it'd
27,
been
I'm like, so I was
Yeah.
pretty boring. I kind of got that little bit of craziness out of my system, and everybody just like fought, drank, got hammered. But the competitions were pretty tough, like swimming, kayaking, paddleboarding, like basically fighting in the pit at the end of the thing. So it was pretty serious, but we ended up winning. Me and my partner was Becky, a little girl from Louisiana, and
You won.
won. Yeah,
You won by sleeping through it.
slept through it, man. Hibernated.
You hibernated the
I
whole
was
time.
well
That's what
rested
bears
for the
do, man.
finale,
That's
yeah.
what bears do.
So what
what's the
happens-
premise?
yeah,
What's the
yeah,
premise
yeah.
of the show?
So that's the other thing. It's not like the real world where you're just in a house.
Is that him right there?
Real world road
That's you on the
rules?
left.
I'm not on the right, if that's what you mean. I'm not the girl in a
Great.
bikini on the
That's
right.
you right there.
That's a great
Yeah,
guess,
I'm
Taylor.
saying you started eating different, man. Like you look a little skinny there. You look a little
Yeah.
more buffed up right now.
Well, this is a smaller shirt.
Is it?
No, man,
is that-
that's
is this-
schmeedy.
I was skinny. I weighed like 175 pounds out of high school.
What are you weighing now?
Yeah, 2, maybe right around
Yeah.
2.
I'll tell you what, the boy's been getting after it.
Yeah.
I don't mean anything by that. I'm not coming on to you or anything.
Thanks.
Unless you're interested, then we can talk about it. But my wife would be mad.
Okay, let's just hold
So,
up.
so is it like real world road rules?
It's like that, yeah. The competition was similar to that, and then they put a bunch of crazy people in the house together. So it's 24 people, 12 guys, 12 girls, and we all compete. And it's the drama's there, but it's just like one thing I saw, because when the show came on after, we go sit around and watch it like in my hometown, and that was fun because obviously I was there, but I didn't know what the hell was gonna be on the show,
right?
Because you really don't know how they're gonna make you look. So like somebody would say one thing, and then it would show me staring off like I'm mad at them, and then they'd walk off, and they would show them, but I wasn't even looking at them. Like I was looking, at, you know what I mean? So they can do a lot of stuff with the cameras there, and there's cameras everywhere on you 24/7.
Yeah.
And I never thought that you would get used to cameras being around, but when you wake up on day 3 and you go in there and you're eating cereal and there's a camera in your face, you finally just get where it's like you don't even pay attention to
This is it. I'd be so worried about making myself look like an asshole in those things. I make myself look like an asshole in this thing.
Yeah, you would. You'd be good at it.
You think I'd be all right?
Yeah, you'd be entertaining.
I don't know. I'd probably, because
They'd get to paint you however you.
yeah.
you'd
So
have
that's the
all
thing. I don't
options.
think I'd get the I could probably get the short end of the stick at the end of the day.
So the other thing was like we would go film for 3 days, and then we would do 3 days worth of interviews. So when you see them like sitting in front of a screen of some sort, and they're like, "So this," and they're like commentating their own life.
yeah.
That's done 3 days after it happened. And
Really?
you got to talk about it like it's happening right then. So I'm like, so I'm walking into the room, and this is what I see in that. And I mean, it would take like 3 or 4 hours to go and catch up. She would have a script of like what all happened, And some of them, they would like get drunk before that. So
Really?
they would say like crazier things.
I was always curious about that too, because they're talking about the situation. I'm like, have they watched ahead of time some of their stuff? Or they're just
No,
they're just
no.
giving you
The
detail?
lady will sit there and ask you, and she'll have a script of everything that's happened and what she wants to talk about. But the other thing is, they like when they asked me to go to the show, they flew me to Atlanta and put me in a hotel with I assume everybody else. Took your room key, gave you like $100 per diem a day to get room service, and they would just bring you like a Scantron of 1,000 questions, and you'd be like, "My dad's a good person, true or false? The work of a librarian interests me, true or false?" Like crazy stuff.
Yeah.
They could have just had one, "I'm crazy, true or false?"
Yeah,
But they
yeah.
ask a million questions, and it's because they would do like psych evaluations and figure out what your personality was, so they knew that you were going to clash with this person in the house or that.
Really?
Yeah.
What's the hardest thing you had to do on that show? Because it looked like they were like climbing up poles and shit. I don't
You're
know.
on Stone
This
Cold,
guy's
man.
falling. What's
That
that
was-
other show he's got? It's like Skull Island, Skull Ranch.
Broken Skull Ranch.
Broken
Those
Skull
are some
Ranch.
men on there like fighting.
Some
Yeah,
studs,
serious.
dude. They're getting after it in that thing. So this looks fun.
Yeah, but it was tough. Like the finale took several hours, and it was literally swimming, kayaking, put a puzzle together. Like this thing right here in the pit is like literally a fight.
Is this when somebody gets eliminated?
It is,
They
yeah.
lose?
So
Oh, let's do
yeah,
or
if you
die
lose a
there,
thing,
bro.
guy and guy, girl against girl. So that was me in the yellow.
You win that one?
I did, yeah,
Because he won the whole thing.
yeah. I won the whole
do
thing.
you-
And I'm
lose-
still alive.
Can you lose things?
You can't lose in the pit.
Can't
Pit's
lose.
like-
If you lose in the pit, you're out.
You're out. That's right.
Damn, dude, that's some serious shit. And so you're around all these people, these guys and girls all the time. People just hooking up left and right.
There was some going on. I didn't watch it or anything. Like,
Yeah, fair enough.
yeah.
That probably be a little creepy.
I mean, yeah. It'd be
So they're
good.
thinking, should I go there?
Yeah.
I ain't
Yeah.
watching
There's-
that.
I didn't
you want to
watch
go
it.
watch them do it in the? Nah, I'm good. I'm gonna go to sleep. They would come get me and be like, "Riley, get up. We need some B-roll. Are you doing something? Get up and just go." And I'd go like watch them have a food fight in the living room and just be like,
Man, these guys are crazy. Go
Yeah.
back to sleep. So you're a big sleeper.
"Love it.
Love sleeping.
Big fan." Yeah.
Big sleep.
big sleep guy.
You know, my dad
That's a
used
question
to.
right there.
My
Oh,
dad
so,
used to
hey,
give
you're
me.
a sleeper, huh? Big sleep guy.
He used to give me hell when I was like when I dropped out of college and I was doing construction. I would sleep all day and then work a little bit in the afternoon. He'd be like, "Man, you're just sleeping your life away." But I'm like, I enjoy it.
yeah, you're
That's-
living your best life.
I used to set an alarm when I knew I didn't have anything to do, so I could get up and have that feeling of going, I can go back to bed.
Really?
Yeah, like that's great. That's the best feeling in the world. You kidding me?
That's unbelievable, dude. So did this thing help at all with your music career?
I didn't notice anything directly. I mean, obviously, I'm sure some people found me from that, but when I got back from the show, I just went back to playing clubs, and it was kind of the same thing. It just kept kind of growing gradually, and I started writing songs and putting them out, and people started
Dude,
showing up.
how hard is it to get in the music, to make a splash in the music scene?
It's tough. I mean, with all the things that I've got going on, I still feel like it's a ripple. You know, I mean, and things
Yeah.
have gone really well for me in the last couple of years, but it's a tough business because there's so many people that are great.
Yeah.
I mean, you can go to any bar you want to in Nashville, a writer's round, and listen to guys play and sing that can sing better than I can.
Yeah.
You know, it's got great songs. It's just, I was really fortunate that I played about every hole in the wall bar there was in Alabama, Georgia, Mississippi, and people were having to watch me because they couldn't go anywhere else and get away from me.
There you
So
go.
like, I just got my name out there like that, and they'd let me drink for free and pay me a couple $100 every once in a while. So that was cool too. And girls seemed to like it.
When you say you got so many things going on, like what other stuff you're just constantly writing, constantly playing?
Yeah, I mean, writing's one of those things where, you obviously come in town, you schedule writes with other writers and you meet up, but I'm not in town a whole lot. So I'm bringing writers out on the road. Obviously I wrote I Wish Grandpa's Never Died by myself. So I write some songs on my own too, but, on tour with Jason Aldean right now. My tour is kind of amongst that. I'm playing a radio show tomorrow in San Antonio. So, I mean, there's just always stuff going on. We had a meeting today about what songs we're going to record. Did another radio interview this morning. So there's just a lot of stuff that I had no idea about that's kind of always going on.
That's wild.
And then like as you're like getting bigger and it's gradual, does somebody like, what is it, like a label or some company comes in and identifies you and like, hey, he's got something, like let's work with him and get him around our people, and you're kind of like how does that all work? Like as you're growing
are you talking about like being categorized of what kind of country singer you should be?
No,
like getting discovered.
Yeah, once he gets discovered, is it you just come along with this management company and then they pretty much put their arm around you and you either sign away? How does all that work?
I think it's changed quite a bit because there are so many other ways to find music now. Because of Spotify. See, I'd put out 25, 30 songs before I ever came to Nashville. But I was just recording them on my own and writing them on my own. And, they weren't great quality, but they were getting me followers. So that was me playing shows and putting out music, what helped me get attention of record labels. A lot of people probably have done it in the past differently, to where they come to Nashville, meet a manager. I would say getting a booking agent, because you're not going to be booked for shows if you're nobody. But a booking agent can leverage somebody else they have on their staff, or another artist, say, oh, you want to take out so and so, well then why don't you let this person open for them, that kind of thing. So management would be a big part of it, a booking agent, and then beyond that it would be them getting you in front of record labels. You know what I mean? If you're a really talented singer, I would imagine Chris Stapleton could sign with a manager and go sit in front of any label in town and just blow them away with his vocals. I couldn't really do that because I wasn't that kind of singer, but there's a lot of folks that are talented enough to do that kind of thing.
Well, do you feel like how do you feel about the direction country music's going right now? Because it's I'm having some success.
Yeah,
now,
he's like number one on the charts.
I'm at least the number one song. Yeah,
I'm hopeful. I mean, guys like Luke Combs. I was a big fan of Luke, and he's doing great, and he's definitely got that traditional sound. John Party's got a little bit of it. Eric Church, I've always thought was cool, and he can do whatever the heck he wants.
Eric Church, he's got to be the coolest guy out there, right?
Yeah, so I'm like, it's definitely making a swing. I think country music's always done that. It's always got a little, and this was the deal for a while, and the more pop sound was a lot more popular for a while. But I think people are getting to where they're wanting something that's, I mean, look at the Tyler Childers and Sturgill Simpsons and stuff like that, where I don't know that would have went over well 5 years ago, but now it's doing really well, and the fact that I can have any type of career right now is a testament that people are enjoying something about a traditional sound in country again.
Yeah, it's all about what you make it, right? Whatever your version is, I mean, as long as people listen to it, it's going to work.
Yeah, and they got different names. They call it Americana or pop country or traditional country, whatever, but it's people writing songs and putting out music, and some of it they play on country radio, some of it they play on other stuff.
Yep, no question. I mean, and I'm in Arizona right now, and I'll put on country, like a country station, and it'll be like, I won't hear a guitar the whole time.
Yeah.
It'll just be beats. And then the next song it'll be like Midland, who plays like that old school, like 80s, like that got that hard twang. They're almost making fun of it. Like they're that close to making fun of it. So I mean, I like the variety that country music brings. We talked to Thomas Rhett a little bit about this, and I have zero musical talent, and my opinion does not matter at all. Trust me. But like, I was like,
hey, your vocals are nice.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I can do a D skip more. I think that's about it. But I was talking about how, like, I don't like the way the direction of country music's going. I don't like all the beats and the pop. And then he kind of brought up the idea of like, well, when Willie Nelson and Haggard and those guys, so they were outlaw country, and people were like, well, that's not real country. That's outlaw country. It's way different. So it's constantly like evolving over and over. And I think one thing is, from a popularity standpoint, totally contradicting myself, is going to those beats. Now, guys in the locker room who maybe just listen to rap, like, well, I like that song though. That's a good song. That's kind of transitioning over to where it's hitting a whole new demographic.
Yeah, it's definitely opening up country music to a demographic that probably didn't listen to the country music because of that traditional sound, because of something that was missing in it. And the pop sound that's in country music now is probably opening that door. My thing has always been like, I hate to lose the storytelling part of it.
Mm-hmm.
That was country music to me. I mean, there's nothing about a George Jones song, 90% of them anyway, that made you want to get up and dance around the locker room.
Right.
But it was something that made you feel a certain way. And it was
Right.
something that kind of pulled on your heartstrings or whatever it was. So that part of country music, I hate to see us get away from. And what you're saying about listening to the radio and hearing no guitar for 7 songs, that bothers me a little bit.
Yeah.
I like play it if it's got variety in it. We're doing a little bit of this and that. That's fine because it is going to sway one way or the other. But let's don't turn and run from traditional country music.
Right.
I want it to be sprinkled in there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's part of it. You know what I'm saying? Like the blues have a certain format you have to go by, and country music's not that like put into a box.
No.
But there's definitely there's a twang that needs to be there. There's that southern draw that needs to be there. There's that classic, talking about getting your heart broken and
That
horses
Jamie
and
Johnson,
beers.
baby.
Yeah.
I'll never forget they asked me at my first ACMs I went to, and I was, of course, nobody at the time, but they asked me about Old Town Road, about if it was a country song. And I'd never heard it. The words are what makes a song country to me. I mean, musically, country's all over the place, you know, in country radio and just what somebody would call country. So I always think country music, I think storytelling, you know, so as long as there's a story in it and it's about, how you grew up, that to me is country music. Luckily for me, because I might have had a different opinion, but I said, why, what's it about? And they said, well, it's, a song goes, take my horse to the Old Town Road. And
Ride till I can't no more.
I said, well, I think country music's about storytelling. So if the horse is going on some type of journey, then maybe it's a country song. I don't know, I haven't heard it yet, but I listened to it. But that's about the only way I can describe country music plainly, is say it's storytelling. That's what country music is to me.
I tell you what, the one country song, I have a daughter right now, and the song, I think it's Kenny Chesney's "There Goes My Life."
Yeah.
And the transition of being 18 years old and knocking up a girl and like, all my life's over. And then she goes to college and I'm sitting there in the car by myself, starting to cry.
Looking
like,
in the
holy
rearview.
shit, like this is, where's my daughter? I need to go find her. Right? You know what I'm saying? It's just, it makes you feel. It definitely makes you feel, man.
It was.
Dude, you're a good old boy, like in the best way possible.
I
huh?
know, dude. I mess with his like telling stories. I rock with that.
Yeah, dude, you tell a good story. It's especially in music. It's
How
unbelievable.
much would you say, since it's like 1,500 streams for a buy, how much would you say like Spotify and all these streaming services has changed kind of the landscape of country? Or changed the landscape of music,
I mean,
I guess.
it's
Completely.
night and day. Yeah. I mean, and I came up in the era of burnt CDs. I was like, we would go, what is it, Bear Share, LimeWire, whatever it was, when we would go
Give your
down.
computer AIDS.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
A million pop-ups.
Yep.
But that was what we did. We went and burnt CDs. And I mean, I can remember buying CDs. That was probably when I was 12, then it was burnt CDs. And then it was download music to put on your iPod. And now you can literally go on there and you can listen to anything you want at any time. And it's the other side of that people probably don't realize is, as an artist, I could go, or anybody, you could go and write a song and record it tomorrow and put it out and anybody could find it. That's pretty crazy. I mean, not to say that if you're nobody, everybody's going to see it, but if you write a great song and it gets in the right hands and gets bounced around a little bit, going viral is a thing, and you can literally
it's
do
easy.
that music.
It's like that.
You can get playlisted on Spotify or Amazon or whatever it is, and you can literally get heard by thousands or millions of people and be a nobody.
Do you like that? You think that's like a positive thing for somebody?
It's got to be. I don't know that I would have signed a record deal if it wasn't for that. I really don't. I mean, I don't know how many millions of streams that I didn't even know I had before I signed a record deal. That's crazy. I didn't.
Wild.
I mean, I know a few thousand people in Jacksonville, Alabama, but I didn't know a million people.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just my family doing it. Somebody found out about me.
Over and over.
Family
I got a
working
lot of
overtime,
cousins,
a
but
million
yeah.
views. Dude, that social media has definitely played a huge part. It probably helps a whole bunch. I mean, I just saw it popped up for a second. 332,000 followers? That's a shitload of followers.
I don't know that many people. That's what I'm saying.
No question.
I only know 1,600 people.
1,600.
I'll be honest with you. I probably don't know 1,600.
You don't think so? Yeah, you probably don't. I bet you I'm one of those.
Some of them
though.
were probably pretty.
Yeah,
That's probably what
some of them
happened.
probably pretty. You got to chase them down. That's a whole new thing too. Dating.
After that Redneck Island.
I tell you, yeah, they probably popping up in the DMs big time. I mean, maybe not with that body you had during Redneck Island, but probably a couple slides here and there.
Maybe
got
they're
a
trying to
couple.
help me out and buy me dinner somewhere.
There you go. Yeah, get you to eat something.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Do you ever do that? Do you ever go on Tinder or anything like that? You ever jump on that?
No.
I jumped on Tinder when I first got to Nashville. It didn't work out well for me.
Yeah.
It wasn't popping.
I mean,
He said it didn't
things
go
were
well for
going
me.
decent, but it just felt uncomfortable.
Well, here's
going
my
to
thing.
meet somebody like that. And people get married all the time on dating sites. I know somebody that went to plentyfishinthesea.com, which is like a a Christian dating website.
Farmers only.
FarmersOnly.com.
Only.
They had
There
the
you
best fucking commercials too.
You don't have to be lonely at farmersonly.com.
They had the best commercials ever made. But I don't know, like swiping right and meeting up, and you guys both know what you're gonna do, but you got to have like 15 minutes of chit chat.
Well,
I don't know about
here's
all
one
that.
thing we really need to talk about. It's like used to dating was kind of hard. You had to put in an effort.
Lots.
You had to text or call or go see them or meet their parents, whatever. Okay, we've
Page.
taken all that out. Now it's like all
Anxiety.
you have to do is slide in somebody's DMs now.
Uh-huh.
And then that was too hard. So now we want to just
It's just swipe it.
all you
across.
want to do is this to let them know that you like
He
them.
said,
Like,
man, that was
come
so
on now. You know what I mean? Like, it's one thing to say that we're using social media to date and you don't actually have to like see a person or like go, but to be like a swipe is all you have to do now.
Swipe right, swipe left. Yes, no.
Do you like me? You don't have to ask them.
Don't even
Just put your profile out there.
Do you think I'm good looking enough to
Do you
hook
think
up
I'm
with you?
pretty?
Do you want a piece of this? Swipe right? No, you don't. Swipe
No?
left.
See ya.
Gone
Do you-
forever.
Do you want a piece of
How,
so it is
now
just
you
binary-
explain to me, how is it
binary
going to get
swiping.
easier than that?
Virtual reality headsets.
Yeah,
We just
a-
hooked up.
You're just playing with yourself in your
a
bathroom. I guess.
club,
with
and
someone
right when you
across
walk in the club, it's a virtual reality headset.
I
If
think they
just
do
put
that.
some-
They do that porn now. They have virtual reality porn.
I figured y'all would have a headset in here somewhere.
something
What do you
like
mean
that.
you
I know,
think?
Alex.
They definitely
You
have
think
that.
well,
Somebody who has
If there was ever a place
he
that
lives
had
on this bus now.
virtual
mean,
reality
Alex? What do you
porn, it's
mean?
on this bus.
No, I'm not the guy for virtual reality porn. That's not me. Don't put that out there.
That's not your deal. I had a guy show me one time. It was like your phone, and you'd hold your phone like this, and the girl was doing whatever to you, and you could literally go and look around.
and there's
the
like an
room.
orgy going on in
Well,
your lap.
yeah.
Somebody-
There's like a
Things are
plant
going on.
over here.
Yeah, there's a plant.
Yeah.
So there's some lady watering the plant as she's blowing you or something like that. Something crazy.
You're between
It's
two
crazy shit.
You're
Ben,
between
that's-
two ferns, dude. Between
That's
two
great.
ferns.
That's going
wild.
to get too boring, and you have to have like the cops for your mom busting in or something into.
Dude, there's some
Really
weird stuff.
realistic.
I was actually talking to my wife about porn the other day, and she was saying that like,
Whoa!
I'll tell you what, we had a weird
I
relationship.
would just
man.
walk past that.
Yeah, we were at dinner. There was a family next to us and a small child, and we were talking about porn. And they were saying something like, the big porn thing now is like your stepsisters coming in. Like your stepsisters, like people are banging their stepsisters and stuff on porn. That's like,
Well, no, that's not
big-
really what's happening.
What do you
right?
mean?
no,
That's the big
obviously
thing.
they're actors.
That's what people
I
like
know.
to pretend.
What
Yeah.
do you mean it's
Okay.
the big thing?
Like if like
How
in,
would somebody
in
know that's a
America,
big thing? Like,
if,
is that like a
in
category?
America, if you go to these porn sites, it'll pop up like don't you pull up any porn sites right
Go to-
now because
go to-
I don't want to.
hey, go
the
to
bus is
porn-
not getting AIDS.
Go to Pornhub.com.
and then I bet you it'll pop up like stepsister bangs brothers big piece.
Yeah,
or
most
something
popular.
Like that.
That's, yeah.
Banks Brothers Big Piece.
Why are they purple? You've been clicking on them? Yeah, you've been.
Every one of these is seen.
Hey, these are purple. You clicked on all these damn
I just want
things.
to be clear, they're not purple.
They are purple.
It gets lonely on the bus. Run it out.
Hey, where you're sitting right there, that used to be.
I always wonder.
dark brown.
I always wonder why the boys come in 2 hours early. I'm like, man, that's so much time.
So much to
beforehand.
work. What are
But
they
now I
doing,
know.
man?
What are they
What would
doing
your
back
family
there?
think when they listen to this podcast? They hear us talking about porn.
They probably won't listen to it.
Okay,
They'll probably be-
all right. Disrespected on the bus.
boys.
Yeah.
They'll probably be watching The Bachelor.
Hey, the Bachelor.
They'll listen to the first 5 minutes of this and they'll go watch The Bachelor.
I bet you watched that show once.
I feel like I have now. Y'all filled me in on this season.
It's solid. There's 3 people left. Some girl from Knoxville is in it. She's a model, probably Instagram model, but I don't know. Maybe she'll be
It's
on
a French
after you.
model.
A French model. Did
Oh.
it show? Just type Pornhub.com.
It says Fortnite.
Stormy Daniels, Fortnite, 4K.
Romantic trans. Okay.
Jesus.
Outdoor tattoos. I can get on board with that. You have any tattoos? Not a tattoo guy.
I don't like have a problem with them. I made it through the era of my mom would kick my butt if I got one,
Uh-huh.
and then didn't feel like I need one after that.
Fair
so
enough.
Yeah, I would agree with that too. I've never heard that logic, but yeah, my parents wouldn't have wanted me to get one the entire time I was, in their household.
My dad was always cool with me getting tattoos, but he never wanted me to get earrings, which I thought was such a ridiculous thing because you can always take
I
earrings
bet
out.
he's got like a thing. That's cool. You know what I mean?
Do what you want.
So here, you can do this, but don't do this. All right.
I got earrings once. I used to have gauges. I could put a pencil
can
through
see
my
that.
hair.
We should
We
probably
just
get back-
met. We just met.
Nah, I can see
we're
it.
working on a foundation of friendship
see
here,
it,
and I
man.
feel like you're really wavering back and forth.
Nah, man.
You're sizing me up on that 70s themed couch.
I'm just trying to picture you growing up, man. Just tattooed up with a big gauge in your ear.
Yep, 8 years old, tattooed
That's
up with a
cool,
big gauge
man.
in my ear. I'll tell you, I was a bad kid. I was a bad kid for a little bit, but then
You're
I found
probably one of
football.
those kids that picked up like used cigarette buds on the ground.
You know I used to do that. That's why you said it.
We got to do this for the pod. Let me act
know
this
that
scene
kid.
out, dude.
When I was in 8th grade, I used to freestyle motocross was my thing. Anything with an engine, I'm obsessed with it.
Would've guessed.
And I used to watch Metal Militia. Would have guessed. I've told you the story 1,000 times.
But I still would have guessed that.
Yeah. And so metal. Do you ever ride dirt bikes or anything like that?
No.
Okay. Well,
neither.
something new to pick up because it's unbelievable. So Metal Militia, Nitro Circus, talking about Travis Pastrana, Brian
I've seen
Deegan,
that stuff,
Twitch,
yeah.
those types of dudes. And Metal Militia were like the badass dudes. So I'd be like, in 8th grade, I grew up in Cave Creek, Arizona, small town. And so like I'd ride my dirt bike everywhere. And if the cops tried to pull me over, just rip in the desert, you're gone. So I'd go to the gas station, the Target, and I'd find like half smoked cigarettes. And I'd smoke the cigarettes. I thought it was so cool. How disgusting is that? I used to wear my pants so low. If I wasn't wearing underwear, you could see my asshole.
Jinkos?
No, I wasn't a Jinkos. I was a
come
Dickies
on,
guy.
man.
I was Dickies.
Okay, all right. That's fair.
Dickies, Bam Margera shirt. I mean, that's when all that CKY and Jackass, like that was, I was a wannabe that.
Okay.
But I was terrible at riding dirt bikes. I was no good. It was my thing though. It's how I grew up.
Let's get back to the Buenas music.
Yeah, you're right. That's probably fair.
When did it start to turn around for you? Like, when did it start to trend upwards fast?
I wrote a song called "Bury Me in Dixie" about Alabama. I played it at some shows, and of course, people video stuff put on YouTube, and it started to get a lot of traction. I wrote a song called "Georgia Time," and that was the second one that people started really singing at shows.
When was this?
2000 and I don't know, 15, somewhere in there, I guess, 15, 16. I did a show with Luke Combs at a bar called Zydeco in Birmingham, and this was 17 probably. Luke wasn't real big yet, and I didn't think anybody knew who I was or outside of my little county. And I went down there and opened for him. It was sold out, and people were singing my songs. So then I go back and I sell it out like 2 months later. And then like 2 months after that, I go sell 1,260 tickets at a place called Iron City in Birmingham, and just had no clue people knew me. So then you fast forward me going to some new markets. It was word of mouth. I didn't have a booking agent calling me to come play these places. And then I go play in Chicago at Joe's Bar. 500-600 people show up. Big Machine Records was there. They offered me a record deal on the spot.
Really?
Yeah.
So are you booking
take
this stuff
it?
yourself?
Yeah. I mean, I had my phone number on a little card. It was on the website.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, how surreal of a feeling was that when you're singing
That's what I was wondering.
and
too.
and these people are singing back to
It's
you?
crazy.
And you
Hey,
stop singing.
That's gotta
you're
be the
just singing
coolest shit
stuff.
Oh,
ever.
it's nuts. And I mean, obviously you get a song on the radio and that's a fairly normal thing. Once people start hearing your songs played, they know them. But back then it was so crazy to me because I was just surprised people were showing up. Like people knew who I was because there was no reason for it. It was just what was going on was I'd put these songs out and people were riding around letting their buddies listen to them in their truck. I mean, that's how it was spreading.
Where are you putting them out at? Like,
I put everything on TuneCore, which would send it to like everything. It would send it to like Amazon, Apple, Spotify, YouTube, all that.
gotcha.
That's
I
unbelievable.
didn't really know what I was doing. I just asked around, and that was what people said. They said CD Baby was one of them, TuneCore was one of them. So I did that one, and then I figured out you can like go online and there's like a little account, and I was getting money like for streams, and it kept getting bigger and bigger. So like, this is cool, man. I was framing houses during the week, making like $500 in the hot sun, and then I'd make it on Friday night playing. So I was
That's
like,
awesome.
That
I'm gonna be
is
rich.
sick,
That's what I
dude.
figured.
That's badass.
So just basically word of mouth and doing your own research on the internet, and then you're plugging this stuff on.
Yeah, because I mean, I never came to Nashville and like played a showcase or like got in front of the right people. People started coming to my shows, so it was really fan driven.
So when did you decide like I got to go to Nashville? I'm big enough to go to Nashville now.
I signed a publishing deal in 2018, like around March, with Warner Chappell. I signed my record deal with Big Machine the next week, and then Big Machine got me a place in Midtown, and I went on the road on a radio tour.
Really?
I just got done building my own house. I was still a home builder at the time. I built my house in Alabama, moved in January of 18, signed my record deal in March, and I've stayed there like maybe 2 months in 2 years.
Really?
So I've got a brand new house. My mom was sending me pictures of furniture getting delivered there. Like that year, I went on the road for the first 8 weeks on a radio tour, didn't come home, and
That's
it's just
awesome.
continued.
How often do you get home now? You don't.
I mean, I went home we played in Knoxville the other day, and I didn't have a ride home, so I bought a 66 Mustang for a few $1,000s from a guy. It broke down before I got out of town, and then it broke down when I got home, but I drove it
But
home.
now you have the frame of a 66 Mustang. Fastback, convertible, what is it?
It's a hatchback. It's bad.
Is it like original everything?
Original everything. Inside's perfect. And it's
Really?
got that straight six motor in it. Like it's bad. It's got a little bit of paint work and he's done, but it's sharp. I'll show you a picture of it. before we get out of here.
Sometimes, dude, car like those old cars that were kind of beat up, got that like
I
rusty.
love
like,
it. I wouldn't touch it. I mean,
Yeah.
like the guy's like, oh, you need to repaint it or whatever because the trunk's got some paint coming off and it's got some on the little lines, but I love it, man.
Just clear coat it. If you clear coat it, it'll stay the same way it is.
Well, see, I'm not a showroom guy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like showroom cars. I want to be able to drive it.
Yeah, that's fair. I like I'm big into like the rat rod, kind of rusted out looking trucks and cars, and I'm a big Mustang guy. I had a 67 GT 500, and it was brand new. Everything inside was brand new, and I drove it maybe 15 times in 2 years. It broke down so many times.
My first truck was a 68 Ford Bronco, and I've still got it.
Really?
I sold it. I was broke in
Dude,
college.
Broncos are the coolest.
Dude,
They're
it's great,
so
man.
awesome.
I love it. And I'm always like getting on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace when I'm going to shows and finding cars. Like I bought a couple of Jeeps last year when I was on tour with Paisley. I bought a 1985 Chrysler LeBaron convertible with wood panel siding on
That's
it.
badass.
It's special. You can see the front tire. Like if I turned and it was raining, my feet would get wet.
Really?
Yeah, it's rusted out bad, but it's awesome.
To me, that's way cooler than buying like guys got like the new Mercedes or the new
Come
Rolls
on.
Royce. The thing is, here's the
Yeah,
deal.
Harrison. New Mercedes, that's a lot.
I see that Mercedes. Is that you outside? Okay,
Hey,
I
ain't nothing-
apologize.
ain't
I'm not trying to throw shade at the bone we
I
just
feel
met.
like my car's on there.
Ain't
too.
nothing to be disappointed in.
I'll tell you, I was
Yeah.
In comfort.
I was
It's on
creeping
there
me. Yeah,
somewhere.
hey, Mercedes does have a nice ride, but if you buy a new Mercedes, you're coolest guy in the block for a year, and then that new Mercedes comes out, and then what are you gonna do now?
You're right.
You have that 68 Bronco, you get cooler every single year.
It's like right in there somewhere.
I was cruising through this. You need to bring back the mustache.
The mustache is serious.
Dude, that thing was wicked.
I get so much respect with that mustache. You know, look at
That's
that piece.
solid.
Listen, if
How
you,
hard are you
That's
flexing in
solid
that
photo.
picture, dude?
listen,
That's
mad at
solid.
it. That's a mustache flexing.
That's mustache.
Listen,
going
you
at
know
it.
how when you're driving and you got a four-way stop and you and another car pull up at the same time? When you got a mustache like that, you go first.
No question.
Every time.
Every single time. I see you got some dog in you too. I think I saw it. Where's the after you find the truck? There's like a rollerblade one. It's like
It's gotta be
sliding
up
into
some.
your girl's DMs or something
That
like
thing,
that. on
that
Valentine's Day.
mustache makes the rollerblades. I think it's up. I think it was after that.
The mustache makes everything.
Wait, go back down. Did you see? This is my first album cover right here. Keep going down. Keep going down. Come on. Right there in the middle. That was my first album cover.
Get the lettuce. Dear
oh my
look at that.
goodness, dude.
You look like Luke Combs and
A
Chris
lot of
Stapleton.
variety.
Duck
You got a
Dynasty.
variety.
Yeah, some Duck Dynasty for real.
I got better tips when I looked homeless.
Did you really?
Yeah.
No
Better
question.
st- Hey, we need to help this
I like
guy
homeless
out.
now. Well, I did a little bit ago. I shaved my beard. I got that patchy beard, dude. See, I would rock a mustache all the time, but I'm 310 pounds. I got no chin.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? It adds a little depth.
that's a thing. I didn't
Oh, you come on! Don't pretend.
said
Look at this
that-
guy. Don't pretend.
I mean,
like,
come
look
on.
at this.
tucked in.
You get ankle bending a little bit on those rollerblades. You fall over after a little bit.
Oh, yeah, it was horrible.
You bad at that?
It took 20 minutes to get that shot.
No way.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
About to roll in your girl's DMs on Valentine's Day, like.
Hey, I like the fruit boots. Somebody hashtag fruit boots first
Hey,
time. I've
those
never
are
heard that
solid.
before, man.
Fruit boots. I like that.
What's funny is my guitar player brought those out on tour seriously, like
When
to
you
rollerblade.
roll around for exercise? Not to be funny.
No.
Are you serious? You get fired?
Well, no, he didn't. No, he didn't get fired. He didn't.
But you're thinking about it right now, huh?
No, man, he went off to do his own thing.
Oh, did he? Well, good luck to him.
Mutual,
luck to him.
mutual separation. And
So you have a whole band.
Oh, yeah,
Follows you
I've
around.
got a band,
What's the name of your band?
the Riley Green Band. I don't know, it's just my band. I mean, I can tell you the guys' names.
No.
in
Yeah,
it.
shout the boys out.
Tyler Galloway plays lead guitar. He's from one of the Carolinas. I can't ever remember. Quinn Stanfield's a drummer. He's from Florence, Alabama. He's been with me for like 6 or 7 years.
Been to Florence.
Rob Joyce is from Boston, guitar player. Also got a little notoriety because he got on stage with Keith Urban at a concert and played and like jammed out.
Crushed it.
There's a video
That's
on
awesome.
YouTube.
And
That's
Keith's
pretty
like
cool.
known for playing the guitar. He can rip.
Oh yeah. He had like a sign with his girlfriend saying, like, "Can my boyfriend play your guitar?" And Keith called him up, and he ended up being good.
That's badass, man.
Alejandro is my bass player, and then there's just me.
Have you been with them the whole time?
Well,
No,
his guitarist just left.
yeah, Quinn was with me
yeah.
for a long time, and we kind of picked the other guys up as we went.
CTE.
You gotta give them a name, like Riley Green and the Smoking Aces.
That's probably a thing already.
Riley Green and the
the
Smoking Aces.
Riley Green and the
boys.
Tennessee Lottery.
Riley Green and the Fruit
Riley
Boots.
Green and the boys.
Riley Green
And the boys, man. I'm with
That's
that.
solid.
Riley Green
We
and the
can't play
boys,
instruments,
man.
but we'll be your number one hype man.
Cool.
Oh, for sure. I mean, you're on the bus now. You're
You're part of your
automatic.
family.
You're plugged in.
It's when y'all coming to a show.
When you
Yeah,
playing
when
here?
Yeah, when are you playing around Nashville?
October.
Are you coming here? For
I knew that.
He goes, October.
Are you
I don't know where I'm playing
Hey,
tomorrow.
I'll be here in
Are you coming
October.
here
I got
for,
a job then.
CMA Fest.
Yeah, we'll be out. We're doing the Riverfront stage and something. I don't know. Maybe I'm not supposed to say any of this. I don't know. We're playing some stages.
Well, hunting. You always hunted?
No, when I was growing up, I was more into sports. I didn't really do a lot of hunting. My dad never hunted. He was always worked. He built houses his whole life, never cared anything about it. And I've gotten him into it now. Obviously, he's gone on a couple trips. That's deer he killed in Mississippi this year. But I'm doing that for a different reason because I enjoy it so much now, and I want to buy a farm and have him retire and take care of it. You know, he needs a project because he's always wide open. He got that from my grandmother. They're just like she
She's a
weed
worker.
eats in like 100-degree weather, just crazy.
Got to do something.
Yeah, man, always
Busy
got to be moving.
minds.
I didn't get that. Like I don't mind sitting on my butt. These people are crazy.
You've made it
I
very
don't
clear
mind
in this
either.
podcast that you like to sleep.
don't
Don't
mind
That's right.
worry.
sleeping,
We hear
sitting
you.
Oh,
on
that's
my
one
ass.
thing I want to get across to everybody.
Yeah. This man loves naps.
Yeah.
Don't have kids. You won't
I love
nap.
sitting on my butt.
I think that it was a little bit of the competitiveness in sports that made me take a liking to hunting as much as I did. Because you and your buddies are like, oh man, how'd you do today? You know, so I was like, and you're like strategizing on how to go out and like where to get and you know sneaking up on a turkey or whatever, just calling something you can get better at. So
and staying in the camp with your boys, like
yeah,
around
man,
the
it's
fire,
there's a
drinking
million
beer.
things about hunting that I think people that haven't ever hunted don't understand that they would enjoy, like going to the camaraderie of hanging
Oh,
out
dude, it's so
at a
fun.
hunting camp. You know, I mean, like I've gone on some of my best hunting trips and not shot a thing, but just had a good time.
Had a
you know?
fun time. I've been deer hunting 2 times and I have ADD really bad. And I caught myself after 25 minutes following a butterfly with my scope.
Maybe this ain't for me.
And then I was like, yes, I don't know if I can do this.
It's hard to hunt when you're worried about what's going to happen on The Bachelor that night.
Yeah, hey, it's a tough deal. But someone's got to
I
stay
got to
in
get
tune,
down here
man.
before dark.
No doubt. And
so
I know
you-
Hulu comes out tonight if you guys want to watch it because we missed it last night because of the tornado warnings. So if you want to jump on,
is
it's
true.
the women tell all tonight.
I gotta take a nap.
You
Later.
gotta take a nap. That's called,
got that nap
I think that's
before
called going
bed.
to bed. It's
Yeah.
fast. It'll be about that time.
No, because he'll set an alarm.
set an
wake up,
alarm.
and
Yeah.
realize
2
hey, I can
a.m.
sleep
Oh,
even
I
more.
got some hours.
That's bedtime. Hey, have you ever duck hunted?
So okay, I was gonna say I do want to bird hunt.
Okay, so you'd enjoy that. You don't
Because
have to
you
be
sit
quiet. You can talk to your buddies, goof off. It's
I've
totally
heard
different.
duck
That
hunting
sounds
is
like a
lot
really
of
good
fun.
time, dude.
Oh, there's the boy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Thomas had never been, and he asked me to take him this year, and I didn't really know him all that well. He reached out to me at BMI Awards, and man, like I'd like to go hunting with you, so I carried him down there, and he was cool, man. He's a good hang. He's definitely a really talented songwriter, and music guy. And, you know, one thing about him is he's from Georgia. I mean, he's as country as anybody. You know,
Bulldogs.
Shout out the boy.
Yeah, Thomas is a good dude, man. I've been around him a few times. He's a really good guy. Good person. Good
Yeah.
family man.
so I'd written with his dad several times, but never been around Thomas that much.
You guys think you'll do something together in the future?
I think so. Yeah, we've actually done a lot of talking about it.
That's awesome. I'm excited to see what happens from that. What about I had something else I wanted to ask you. Do you want to get married someday? Have kids?
Yeah,
What do you think? You dating somebody now?
no.
Life's too crazy right now. You're on the road all the time.
I couldn't imagine. I had to give my dog away. Like that's how.
How heartbreaking was that?
Man.
I saw her the other day. She remembered me, Sadie.
Oh, no way.
She was my yellow lab. I trained her. She was my duck dog, and I gave her to my little cousin. His dog got ran over, and it was just when I was traveling.
This is taking a
Just
turn.
a dog history.
This
that's
is really
not-
taking a turn.
Yeah, so you know, there's that. But yeah, I can't imagine, and the travel and distraction of what's going on with me right now. It'd be pretty tough to keep a girl happy.
No doubt. But the dog remembered you though.
Yeah, she
How
went
good of a
crazy.
feeling was that?
I was up on top. Me and my dad were building a gym in my barn, and I was up on top, and she came running in there, and I said,
You said,
Sadie,
what were you building?
a gym.
Dude, what can't you do? Build houses?
Well, it's
buying
the same building a
cars?
house is in the barn.
I guess so.
But I said something to her, and she started whining, trying to climb up the ladder to get up there. Like she was fired up. It
That's
was cool.
awesome. That's badass, man. You ever want to get another dog?
Yeah, but I'll have to be in a place.
Buy a Chihuahua.
No.
I know that they're good for watching The Bachelor, like lap dogs.
Hey, I'll tell you what, hey,
It'd be hard for a Chihuahua to bring a goose back. You know what I mean?
it'll get it. I'll
It's
tell you
like
what, dude.
a goose is this big.
Yeah, they're feisty and they got a lot of energy. I want a Chihuahua so bad.
They got like little dogs in.
You're just thinking in your head like, what I get myself into?
Just
No,
look, man.
no,
Just
no,
be
no.
like this.
No,
all
I
the
just want him to
time.
chill right here. Name him Chamaco.
That's cool. I don't hate that.
You don't hate that at all.
I don't hate the
huh?
name. I mean, the
Name's
dogs,
solid.
I don't know
Name's
about that
half the
idea.
battle when you name an animal.
That's fair.
This guy over here's got some piece
The other
of shit
half
wrinkled
is-
t-shirt over here.
Hey, he's cussing about waffle now.
can't
He was
do
just at the he was just at the house cuddling with waffle.
I wasn't cuddling with it. It came around me.
He was cuddling with waffle.
Did you get pics?
And he was like,
No, I was upset.
Charles actually did. And he's like, it's a cute pup. And I was like, Charles, did you film that?
Because puppies are cute because they're just straight. A puppy doesn't matter what it is.
No
It's
one's
cute.
arguing that.
A dog-
Like Haggard, it's a good looking dog. It's not like, oh, that's a cute grown dog.
I
Yeah,
got a German
they're
Shepherd named
puppies.
Hank. He's one of those trained dogs. Global Canine. Shout out Global Canine. They do these like protective service dogs, and they're off leash. They're awesome. You might want to get one of those.
It's cool you say shout out whenever you do a shout out.
Or no,
So you know that's what it is.
We're all
That's the
about,
thing.
Yeah,
We're
shout
all
out.
about no free
Or,
shout outs.
Yeah, yeah. If it's like a business, like, hey, shout out Chipotle, no free shout out.
But I mean, like, if I said Thomas Rhett, I need to say shout out Thomas Rhett.
Shout out
shout out
Thomas
the boy.
Rhett.
Oh, that's
dude.
cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out the
That's
boy.
cool,
The
man.
boys.
I'm gonna start doing that in life.
There you go.
There you go.
Like, hey, Harrison,
I do
shout
that
out
one.
Harrison. Let's go.
Yeah.
Shout out Harrison Mercedes.
You guys do it at your concerts.
That's cool.
Hey, shout out the boys out there.
Yeah.
Shout out to the boys.
I could see you CMA Fest crushing it in a Titans blue 77 jersey,
No.
getting after it.
Yeah. Shout out to number 77.
Let's go. I'll take that too.
I assumed that's who it was.
Shout out number 77.
Shout out number 77. We just say the number.
I was number 77 on like scout team quarterback. That was a jersey.
You
that
were
was, like-
77?
No, I'm just saying that's what number I would. It's the only time I'd be 77.
I tell you what, that's the coolest offensive line number.
I was so
Wow.
skinny, I only had room for one digit.
No, I seen the picture.
Yeah.
You won looking like that. Bring that thing back up. Do you have a picture of you when you were skinny fat like that? No, just the ones of you
Skinny
flexing
fat.
now, huh?
Just, yeah, man. Well, see, I got a kicker's jersey on there.
You know, we got a thing about guys wearing other guys' jerseys.
What is it?
They get to sleep with you.
Well, that one's got
That's
my
not
name on
ours.
it.
That's not ours. We can't take
That's
that.
not our
We're going
joke.
down the
Shout
wrong
out to
path.
whoever said that.
Who did say
Chris
that?
D'Elia. Shout out
Chris
to
D'Elia
Chris
said that?
D'Elia.
He did say
He
that,
said
didn't
if you wear another man's jersey, they get to fuck you.
he? Yeah.
Well, they gave me that jersey. It's got my number on it and my name.
Okay, so we have another thing about that.
What?
If you were given
Listen,
a jersey,
these are all Taylor's things, by the way.
Okay.
but
Okay,
Taylor's
so I like
50%
this.
of this
If you're
business. So
given, because this
we're
happens
also-
a lot. So what is it? If you're given a jersey,
If you wear another man's jersey, if I go to a Predators game and I put a Roman Yossi jersey on, shout out Roman Yossi, not okay.
and he decides he wants to.
He can.
Okay, that's fair.
I mean, I'll put up a fight,
that's fair.
but he's probably gonna win that fight because I'm wearing his jersey.
Okay.
Now I've been to the Predators games. I know you've probably seen it, chugging beers off Catfish, maybe.
Allegedly.
Alleged. Well, no, that's actually there's video evidence. They invited the offensive line to come and do the pump up thing before the games, and they gave us like Predator shirts, 77 Lawan on the back.
Okay.
That's totally fine to do.
Oh, that's okay.
Oh yeah, you're
that's
fully
all. Yeah.
supporting.
They do that with me all the time. That's
There you
cool.
go. Oh man, weird flex.
Yeah.
He said they do
Shout
that
out to
with
people that give me jerseys with my name on the back.
There you go. We'll hook it up. Titans, figure it out.
I think you're going with the whole your own name on a different jersey just because it happened to you.
No, I've been okay with that. I actually
Yeah.
think
So the
it's-
rule's okay because it happened to him.
Yeah.
That's usually how most of my life works. I
Okay.
try to spin things to make it so it works for me.
Like so how about this though? Would you go to his concert and rock a Riley Green t-shirt concert?
Yeah. What
tee?
about that?
If you gave me the T-shirt, I would wear it.
But if it's
And
Riley Green on it,
That means I get
you know
to.
what I mean?
Well, okay.
Riley Green-
Yeah,
Riley-
no,
Riley
Green-
it looks like I've backed myself into
Didn't
a
we
bit
bring
of a
you a
hole,
t-shirt?
haven't I?
We got you a t-shirt.
No, yeah, you ain't getting in this, bud.
Riley Green
All right?
number 77 t-shirt.
Hey, if it has 77 on it, I'm solid. I don't know if I'd wear a Riley Green T-shirt. I'd go to your concert though. I'd pay money.
I'll tell you why you would. I think.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Tell you
You
what
know
you
me
would.
so
There you
well.
go. Don't ask
It's been an
nicely.
hour and 43 seconds.
I
Let's
mean,
see how
you're
this
listen.
goes.
You had a earring, tattoos, you had jinkos. I can picture it. We grew up together.
I did not wear Chico's.
Riding a moped is awesome. Listen, we because I don't have merch that's got like big gaudy Riley Green all over it. Like I got stuff that's
Yeah.
got like a cool picture of a duck with a little RG kind of hidden. See, I'm like big on merch that's like enjoyable looking to
Subtle.
wear. Like I could almost wear it. Almost.
Would you rock this tee?
Yeah.
Live dudes
Let's do it.
with the boys on the back
It looks great.
See, it's solid.
at a concert.
It's
at
subtle.
a concert.
I'll wear it at a concert and do the shout out thing.
Oh, shout out the boys.
I'll tell you
Shout
what,
out
you're
to the
starting a
boys.
whole different thing for us.
I hear
BussinWithTheBoys.com
y'all.
or BarstoolSports.com. Bussin' with the Boys merch. You can go ahead and buy that. Look at that. Raise Hell.
Hey, he's for the boys.
Praise Dale Tank. Is this your stuff?
Looks like it.
Raise
I've never
Hell.
been on my
The
website
shirt
before.
hasn't popped up yet, so how do you know if it looks like it?
I've never been on the website. I don't know. Maybe y'all got bad bandwidth inside this bus.
What's going on
try,
here?
We try hard.
Alex,
Yesterday we were.
No, the
Alex
website's
is
probably
cluttering
broken.
up with all the porn
If I
on
had
it.
to guess, Harrison broke the website.
Harrison, are you a bad egg? What's the deal?
You know, we're just sold out of everything. That's why.
Oh my gosh.
Shout out to
number
people
one
buying merch.
Shout out to all the people buying merch. Riley Green merch. You can get it on what? What's your website?
Assume RileyGreenMusic.com or something along those lines.
No one gets anywhere being subtle.
I mean, if
But
I had
I'll
to
tell you
guess,
what, I would wear that if it's just a little RG on the side
Yeah,
of it.
I got you, man.
Yeah, I'd wear that.
all right.
You found my loophole.
I got one that says
He said you
Raise
found
Hell,
my
Praise
loophole.
Dale. Yeah, that's a cool shirt.
Yeah, I actually have a vintage like Dale Earnhardt
Love that.
t-shirt, graphic tee.
Love
I
that.
love it. I wore it like 4 days in a row.
Shout out Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Dale Earnhart, his dad.
Even
R.I.P..
even better. R.I.P. He'll be on this bus soon. What
Yeah,
do you
Dale.
think of the bus?
It's great. I told so the first thing I said when I walked in was it needs to be at Talladega.
I think it has been at Talladega.
At
Bro,
tailgate.
I mean, like it should be.
This light.
It needs to be in the infield at Talladega. We had a '91 Winnebago that we took to Turn 3 every year. Parked it in Turn 3, watched the races. Like that's the spot. It's 20 minutes from Jacksonville where I live at.
You know, there's rumors about Nashville getting NASCAR.
There is.
You going every year,
an
huh?
MLB team.
MLB?
And an MLB team.
So what happens to the sounds if that happens?
I'm sure they would still be, a minor league team in Nashville.
They would probably become the team.
Yeah, because they just built they just redid that stadium over there. That's a new stadium.
That's
where
a
it
nice
sounds right.
stadium.
It is super
That's a
nice.
nice stadium. You been to a couple of those games?
I have. I used to live like right in the parking lot in a little condo over there.
Just off
3rd Avenue.
outfield?
Yeah, just out of the
Yeah.
outfield. Yeah.
I had a buddy who used to live out there. That's a nice little spot.
It is, man.
You can see right into the game.
You can.
That's
Dude, it
pretty
was
cool.
a party. Those games were parties too.
No doubt. Well, right field, they're playing bags out there.
Yeah.
They have a whole open bar out there.
I tell you where I went that I had no idea how they like tailgated for baseball games was Mississippi State.
They got after it.
It's crazy. They used to have like you brought your own. They like built their own scaffolding. You're right on the fence in the outfield. Like they're just yelling at the outfielders for the other teams and just partying, grilling out. Then they built these big things and they've got like big condos up there in the outfield. But they throw down out there.
Dude, that's awesome.
It's a lot of fun.
I dated a girl that went to LSU. So I was down there for a little bit, went to a couple of LSU baseball games. It was
Isn't it crazy?
unbelievable.
You just don't. I don't know.
LSU takes that shit serious,
LSU
too.
takes
Yeah.
it serious, and they got the open container law. Like you're allowed to walk around with a drink in your hand, like anywhere. So people are getting after it. Shout out Louisiana.
Shout out to people that drink.
Shout out to everyone
Shout
that
out to
drinks.
people that drink.
No question about it. So you don't got people telling you what you can and can't do. They say, hey, just be yourself, write good music.
Yeah, like my mom. Who would you be talking about?
Like your management or anything.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
no, be
Hey,
cautious.
He's right over there. He's watching The Bachelor. You don't tell me to do
He
anything.
shook his head
Are you
4 times.
are you his manager?
Part of his man.
Part of his.
It takes a
management.
team. Shout out to the team.
Shout out to
Shout
the
out to the
team,
team,
dude.
What's a team name? Like what team do you go with? Like what's your
Riley
What's the
Green and the
team?
Band of Misfits.
Smoking Aces, man.
Riley Green and the boys?
Hey, you kind of like the little band name behind it, don't you? But it's always just going to be Riley Green. But what's Riley Green's band? Riley Green and the Tennessee Lottery. I stole that name actually, but
Well,
Riley
they don't
Green
get put in the paper when I say something offensive either. So it's like quarterback. You get the praise when you win.
Will you say offensive things?
No,
Ever?
no, of course not.
No question.
of course not.
Those ostrich boots
They are.
can't hide money. Can't hide their money coming in, buddy.
These are free.
No, they weren't.
This whole outfit was free.
Let's
This
go.
company gave me shout out to the people that gave me this shirt.
Stars and Stripes. What was that?
They make a big
Dale
American
Dipples?
flag, wooden American flags. They paint them up.
They,
like-
and they open up.
Yeah,
I
awesome.
got one of those
There
in
you
the
go.
house.
They gave me another one the other day at my show in Oklahoma City and gave me some shirts. Carhartt pants. They gave me those.
Those are Carhartt.
Yeah.
Shout out Carhartt.
Shout out Carhartt.
No free shout outs.
No free shout outs, Carhartt. We're gonna need you to give us some love,
The
man.
businesses are no free shout outs. The boys.
Oh, so
are
you
free
say no
shout-outs.
free first.
Unless you're
So there's a-
sponsored by the businesses.
yeah.
We had some
do
we had
you-
some not so politically correct stickers up here. The stickers came as is, so we taped them up a little
Yeah.
Yeah, no, frog's really offensive.
bit. He's a bit of an asshole.
Shout out to reptiles in general.
Yeah. Shout out to all the reptile. Shout out to the reptile
Did you
boys
see that chicken right there? Bought that. Saw it, bought it, needed it for the bus.
That's cool.
with the Mike Tyson tat.
Yeah.
Do you look at our old videos and you're like, damn, like our bus looks way
It
different.
does look way different now. See one of those neon signs?
Is that new?
No, we've had that for
That neon we've had since day one. Shout out the dude in Arizona.
yeah,
right?
guy in Billy D in the neon signs.
Well, you don't see a lot of people change their set, so that's good on y'all, man.
Yeah, well, we're always trying to get better every single day.
Yeah.
We bring on guys like you who like to give the boys a little shade, but it's okay. Your manager drives a Mercedes. That's the most uncountry thing I've ever seen in my life.
Hey, he's
fair.
You might need new management. You need a guy.
Listen, now
might
you're
need
talking
the-
me.
You might
There
need
you go.
the-
There you
you
go.
might
Yeah,
need
Bob.
the boys to back you up.
That's
no,
it,
hey,
man.
we'd be terrible managers.
Yeah.
Would we?
I can see
I
that.
think we would.
Yeah, we
I think
probably
we would
would
be
be.
like,
Say, show up with Jinkos and Converse. To a
hey,
business
I'll tell you
meeting.
what. Vans. Do you own a pair of Vans?
No, but you can't see what kind of shoes you got on with Jinkos though. They took the whole shoe
They
up.
take the whole thing, huh?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. We're about to fight in about 15 minutes, man. This right here. This is what I'm building right now. It's a 77 F100.
Oh, God damn it.
Scroll left or right. Your choice.
That's bad.
You like that?
Yeah. It's a beautiful house too.
I don't know whose house that is.
That thing's been in the shop for like 8 years.
Yeah, it's a
What you
it's a
said?
ground
So he's
up
like, I'm
build.
building this right now.
I'm building-
Started in 2001.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. If I actually was building it myself, it would not look like that. If I was building since 2001, wouldn't work. We got fan
Let's
questions.
see some fan questions.
Why do you think you would write better country
Wow,
songs?
it's who do you think?
Who do you think?
You want me to read it?
Yeah, shit, I can't read for help. But hey, all right.
Shout out to people that
At
can read.
Riley Green Music,
Shout out to anybody
who do
that
you
reads.
think could
Hey.
write a better country song,
Hey.
Willard Taylor, and why?
Look whose question it is.
Oh, Mikey.
Mikey. Shout out to boy Mikey, dude.
All right,
Shout out to Blazowski.
Blazowski. That's such a Polish name.
Who do you think would write a better country song, Will or Taylor? And why?
Let me give you a little taste.
No.
Okay, yeah,
No.
We had a good run. I knew. Something like that. You know what I'm saying? And here, Will. Sounds like he's chewed on glass his whole life.
Who do you
Well,
think?
no, that's not who would sing a
it's
better
who
country song. Who would
a
write
better
it?
country song?
Yeah, but it becomes.
Can't even spell who.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe writing. I think Will would probably write the better song.
Oh, I feel like Will's a little quieter. A lot of
Yeah.
songwriters are the ones that are like kind of laid back and little,
Sure.
under the radar, and then
Uh-huh.
they come up with some,
It's cool. Feelings aren't hurt at all.
yeah, you know what I mean?
All right, next question.
Never heard a really good country song somebody wrote in Jinkos.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, man. Dickie Pants, man.
Hey, I'll tell you what,
Wallet.
y'all write a country song, each one of y'all,
Uh-huh.
and the best one you can vote on, and I'll sing it at a concert.
Ooh. Hey.
Or Dibs Ernest. I'm doing a writer's round. I'm doing a writer's round.
Yo, number one, we gotta write it.
Yeah, y'all.
You know
No,
who
you
Ernest
write
is?
your own. I'll write my
Ernest
own.
K.
Well, okay, so if y'all can write it together,
He ignored the shit out
that's
of you.
fine.
I know.
What's the
No,
question?
go ahead.
K,
Go
you
ahead.
know
Finish your
Ernest.
deal.
Do you know Ernest K?
I don't.
Ernest.
Do I?
Ernest K.
I don't think so.
Up
Anyway.
and comer, man. Up and comer. Shout out Ernest K.
He was like, I call Ernest K. And I'm like, we gotta write our own song.
No, he said, yeah, you write your own song. I write my own song. They vote on it, and he's going to sing it.
Yeah.
I heard the entire thing.
Well, but you weren't listening.
Shout out to people that were listening.
Yeah. You said I call Ernest. It's like, no, we have to write our own song.
Yeah. But people, do you write all your own songs?
Do.
Do not lie. You just said you go to writers' rounds all the time.
What do you mean?
I said they'll have like writers on the bus, but he writes like
I write all my own songs. I'm a writer on everything I've written.
Everything
Everything that's
but hold
recorded.
on, you are a writer on everything you've written, but you're not you didn't write the entire thing.
don't disrespect.
so-
I'm
the
not
boy.
disrespecting. That's part of music. Am I right?
It's you're just you're
he
saying
just looks to the left, like,
You're just-
ain't nobody talking to you over there.
you're saying it in a weird thing like I'm like, okay, y'all write it, and then I come like, no, it's like we go sit down, me and you, and we write a song. We wrote that song.
Yeah,
Now some of them I write by myself.
sure.
Some of them I write with other people.
Okay,
But to say that I didn't write something,
You're gonna write a song.
yeah.
I tell you what.
All right, well, guess what? I call Riley. We're gonna write a song.
That was a good little deal there.
Yeah, it worked out good.
I'll tell you what. I don't like how things are starting to
cool,
get
man.
All right, what's the best advice Riley has for someone completely new to songwriting?
Boom, perfect.
I would just say to not be too critical. I think that a lot of new artists probably worry about whether this song's good enough for that. And I didn't. And granted, I probably put out a lot of songs that are not all that great, but I put out a lot of songs because I didn't really worry about it. I just wrote stuff that I knew about, and I'd go play it. And if somebody liked it, I'd go record it, and it helped me gain a following. So I'm just like, write every day, write down stuff you think's not any good, write down stuff you think is good. And, something in there is going to resonate with somebody, And the other thing is, don't model your songwriting after what you hear on the radio. Model it after what people relate to at your shows. What I did was I wrote songs, I'd go play them, and if they like this line, I go, man, I need to write stuff like that. Or they really like this part. It's like, man, that's something that I need to put more stuff in there like that. So that was how I shaped my songwriting.
Mm-hmm.
So go play it for people.
Is there someone that you like? I'm sure there's lots of people, but is there a specific person that you kind of idolize in the country music world?
Starting out, I was a big Corey Smith fan. You remember Corey Smith?
Oh,
dude, I
yeah.
love Corey Smith.
And we got to be buddies. I got to know him through winning the little songwriters deal with him. And that was one thing he told me that kind of stuck with me was that songwriting was something that you get better at.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I'd always pictured in my head that people were like, one hit wonders was like, you get lucky and write a good song.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's it. Probably not gonna get another one. But if you think about songwriting as something that you can actually do and get better at like anything else, which, you know, it's kind of motivates you to go, okay, well, I might write 20 bad songs and one good one. Well, one good one will do pretty well for you.
There you go. I'm a big fan of Corey Smith, man. That guy's a stud. I'm surprised he's not like way bigger than he is.
I wish I was 21. That song was a banger.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
If I could do it again,
Shout out Corey Smith. Can we get him on the bus?
Let's do it. He would love it.
you think he'd like it?
Yeah.
Yo, that would
It's
be.
right up his alley.
Yeah,
man.
man. Got that good shiny bald head too. That's a compliment.
Now he's not coming.
He said no, he's not.
I'll tell you what, the bald head's a
Hey,
good
see if he'll
move for
do a
some
one-on-one
people.
with me. We'll move him.
Deal.
out
I'll
of
tell
here.
you what, I've tasted my own medicine. I'm getting picked on. It's bitter.
It's bitter.
This medicine is a touch bitter.
It's not fun, is it?
I'm gonna regroup. I'm gonna come back tomorrow stronger and more powerful than ever.
He says, miss on is no. Hey, this is Mikey again.
Yeah,
Just
okay.
from a different.
All right, Mikey. Sure. Shout out to Mikey again, dude.
Double dipping on
If you
Instagram
could,
and Twitter.
if you could tour with any old country artist, who would it be?
I feel like Hank Williams Jr. would be a lot of fun.
That'd be solid.
I feel like he had some shows where it was borderline out of control.
those are the best kinds of shows.
Yeah, I'm with that. That would have been a lot of fun.
Who was more fun to drink with, Brad or John?
I didn't drink with Brad.
Brad,
so-
Brad,
I
John Hill.
assume you're talking about Brad
Oh,
Paisley or
Paisley.
John Party.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't drink with Brad, so I'd assume John. But Brad's a good hang, man. He's a really funny cat. He's got a good personality. It's not a coincidence. He's been doing it for 20 something years. you
Yeah.
know?
What is it like touring and going on tours with like those guys and kind of? Do you get like? Is it stressful? Does it?
No,
eventually
it's
get,
actually. I mean, like I'm
overwhelming?
on tour with Jason Aldean now. We play 6 songs.
Yeah.
You know, I play 25 minutes as a break. I mean, whereas, you know, usually you go in and you're eating, you know, whatever they can round up for you in the band and you're, you know, traveling all over the place and play 90 minutes. And this is like, you go in, they have catering.
Mhm.
You know, Brad, they would have like lobster and stuff out there.
No
you know?
shit.
Oh, yeah, man. Catering was great on Brad's tour. But you play a few songs, you get to go watch some guys that you grew up watching. I mean, I went to see Jason Aldean in like 2008 in Birmingham. It was him, Luke Bryan, and Thompson Squared. And now I'm on tour with him.
That's
you know?
badass.
But it's just great
That
to get
is
in front
sick,
of the
dude.
numbers too, because I mean we're playing in front of several thousand as opposed to a few thousand.
not 80
Yeah.
million, but it's still quite a few.
It's not quite 80 million, but you know,
I mean, you'll get there. It took us almost a year to get this following.
there you go.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, year of talking about The Bachelor.
Talking about The Bachelor and jerking off.
Perfect.
Having
Those
a
things.
bachelor.
I know the
bachelor
recipe. I
on-
need to write a song like that.
Yeah. Yep. When you watch Bachelor
Hey,
Monday, jerk off on Tuesdays.
We haven't even been a full year yet.
April's a full year. All right. What else we got?
Can I ask one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Was there? No, I don't want
I
to.
thot that was that guy talking. I thought it was Justin B.
Was there any moments? Can you talk about any moments where you were like, I can't believe this is my life right now?
Several times, especially over the last couple of years. Playing the Grand Ole Opry was a big deal
That's
for me.
badass.
Playing the Ryman, my grandparents were there. I mean, that was the hugest deal in the world to them. You know, like I was not even remotely close to famous until I played the Opry, and then my grandparents were like, "Well, he's made it now," you know. But at award shows, ACM awards, like walking back there and meeting Tracy Lawrence, and I mean, just running to Eric Church and people like that. It's weird that I'm thrown into a category with these people and they're doing the same thing that I am. When you go do these radio interviews and you walk in and you're sitting down talking to the same people Luke Bryan was just talking to, or this or that. It's pretty surreal, especially for me because I'm not very far removed from just being a fan. You know.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's rad. Where were you when you first heard "Wish Grandpa's Never Died" on the radio? I wish Grandpa's never died. Justin B, get it right.
I don't remember. I know where I was when I first heard there was this girl because I was leaving Georgia. I was hunting and I was coming up from South Georgia and I heard it. One of those Atlanta stations played it. I don't remember where I was when I heard I Wish Grandpa's Never Died, but it was, I've heard it a lot. And that's one of those that probably means a little bit more than any of them just because it's such a personal song to
Yeah.
hear played on the radio and think that people are hearing it all over the place.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Who was your favorite NFL team and favorite players growing up?
I was the
Trent.
Cowboys.
Oh,
I was
Kelly.
Troy
Original?
Aikman.
Original?
Hey, I was the same way. I was a Cowboys guy. Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, Michael Irvin, Moose.
Dion.
Yeah, Deion Sanders.
Dude, they were
Charles
something else, man.
Haley.
That was
Travis Pastrana?
Yeah, you weren't a football guy growing
No,
up.
I
huh?
never really
Yeah.
watched football growing up.
I was. We were like that family. Like my dad, he was a huge Cowboys fan. When they would win the Super Bowl in like the '90s, he would like order the DVD or the movie
Oh,
set,
yeah.
the VHS set. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
you can kind of watch and recap the whole year. But oh yeah,
I had a
Cowboys.
Dallas Cowboys locker in my room. And I can remember like being old enough to where like that wasn't a piece of furniture that was acceptable. Me being like, I'm not getting rid of it. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah, no question.
it's a place to keep my things.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know?
no
It's a place
doubt,
to
dude.
keep my things.
No doubt.
That's awesome. Is that all we got?
That's it.
Jesus.
No more?
It's not very many questions.
We miss
right?
anything? I mean, dude, an hour 20. That's a solid.
It's a solid
it's
pod.
a solid
You did
piece.
a great
dude.
job today.
It was easy, man.
Well,
What'd you think? What was your thoughts coming into it, and what are your thoughts now?
I didn't think a lot about it coming in because I didn't know what the hell I was doing.
Sure. Did you ever listen to Bussin' with the Boys before?
I've never listened to a podcast.
Well, you think you listen to this one?
I just did. It was great.
Fair enough.
Very
It's-
entertaining.
It'd probably be like us. Like it's not like we. Listen.
I don't like listening to our
I like.
podcast.
I hear my voice back.
I don't like hearing myself talk, sing,
Yeah.
anything.
Mhm.
But no, I mean, I can see why this would be appealing. You know,
All
Did
right.
you search us before you came on?
Did you search us?
Damn, you just got hooked up, and you're like, all right, let's go.
I don't like to know too much about stuff that I'm doing because like you go on a radio interview or something and somebody's doesn't play your song or it's this station and they didn't do this for me or whatever. I don't want to go in like disliking somebody. I mean, if I'd have found out you had earrings and tattoos and jinkos, I might not have liked you before I got here.
Yeah, fair enough.
I want to give everybody a
I
clean
still
slate.
have tattoos. I still have tattoos.
Give everybody a fair shot. Dude. That's
Give everybody a fair
Hey, I'm
shot.
definitely coming back on though, just so I can just like dress like what I imagined you dress like at that
100%.
time. I'm gonna ride in on a motorcycle.
a moped.
Of course.
Yeah, yeah.
Is there another
50cc
type?
Moped.
Is there another
type? I cannot wait to see you in those stupid Janko. Was it Janko
It's
pants?
gonna get caught in the chain.
No
They are.
question.
They used to get so torn up on the back because they just hang over your shoes.
You wore those, didn't you?
no.
Get the hell out of here!
Of
You know
course
way
not.
too much about.
Let me tell you this. There's a guy named Alex in Nanco that lived down the street from me that wore Jinkos, and I thought it was the coolest shit ever. And I was like, I gotta get some of those. And Mom was like, no.
Not happy.
She would let me wear Lee pipes. That was as
What's a
wide
Lee
as you.
pipe?
You don't remember Lee pipes?
No.
No.
How old are you?
Okay, yeah. I'm 31.
You're gonna die soon. You're so old. I'm
That's fair.
I'm 28 years old.
No, yeah, you're getting there, buddy.
Let's calm
Lee
down.
pipes were like because Jinkos were just popular because they're like this big around.
Yeah.
Lee pipes were like middle grade. Look,
Those are
Lee-
worse than Janko.
no, they're not.
Look,
dude.
go to that third picture right there.
That's what Jinkos is. Lee
Yeah, but
pipes were
those-
trying to be like. So Mom would let me get the ones that were in the middle.
Hey, those are
Get
bad.
the ones that are in the middle.
She wouldn't let me wear the Jinkos, man. They were outrageous. You could put like a watermelon in your leg.
People are gonna look at us 20 years from now and be like, people wore tight pants. Fucking.
Oh, no
idiots.
doubt, man. No doubt.
I'm thinking bell bottoms are coming back. What do you think about that?
I'm not a fan. You know what I hated? The only trend girls wear that I absolutely hated was gauchos. You know what I'm talking about?
I've heard of gauchos.
They're
What
like
does that
sort of look like tight pants, and then they just do this and go to about right here. Oh my gosh, against
Those things right there.
Yes, don't
Yeah,
like
I was
that.
never a fan of. One thing I didn't like that girls wore jean skirts. It didn't do anything for me.
I don't. I mean, you talking about like the ones that wear really long when they got their hair in a ponytail? What's that?
The Pentecostal
Yeah.
women? Yeah.
Yeah,
That
I
doesn't
wasn't a fan
do
of that. No, even the shorter ones I wasn't a fan of. Jean skirts they weren't.
What do you
for
What do
me.
you got, Harrison? What are you laughing at?
I'm glad that doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah, that's it. Man,
I tell you what, we're looking for our first repeat guest. We've had it.
you want to come on tomorrow?
No, I got to fly out
He's
tomorrow.
got to
shit.
fly out. He's going to what? San
I'll do
Antonio?
it.
Hey, $26.99. Those pants are yours. You can relive the glory days.
They don't make my size, man.
What size waist are you?
32. I'm a 32, 36.
Are you really? Good on you. Those pants aren't 36.
Yeah.
You got half of your boots showing right there.
Let's go. I'm sitting down.
32,
man.
36?
Yeah, man.
I
Look,
feel like I'm a.
How tall are you?
6'3", 6'4", somewhere in there.
God. I tell you what, a lot of times you look at celebrities and go, yeah, but that guy's just, yeah, he's handsome, but he's just 5'11".
Right.
You
Justin
got the
Moore.
height.
Not Riley Green.
Yeah, he's a little guy,
Dude.
huh?
Hey, not Riley Green.
He's got some piss on him too.
It's different around here.
It's different, man.
It's different around here. Where you looking?
I'm looking at.
What are you looking at in
It's
that
really
picture?
different over there. That's where it's really different at.
Dude, Justin, well, you met him obviously. Is he
Justin's great.
his little I could kick your ass?
Is that not a funny song for a man of his
well,
size?
I never knew
Yeah.
I didn't know he was that short at first. I listened to it and I was like, if I ever played baseball, that'd be my walk.
Justin Moore, by the way. Justin Moore.
Justin
For everybody
Moore.
listening.
And then I saw a picture of him standing next to somebody, and he is, well, how he's got to be 5'6",
I don't
Google
want
says
to.
5'7".
5'7".
I'm gonna
And,
say,
you
I
know,
don't
Google helps out with an inch or two.
You don't want to do what?
I didn't want to put a number on it because I'm not good at guessing below
Look
6
at that.
foot.
Go that picture right there. No, one over. That one. Who's he with in that picture?
Luke Bryan.
Is Luke tall?
He's probably nearly my height. I've got a picture of Justin from when I met him at a show like 6 years ago, and he's
6 foot. And in that other picture, he's kneeling down.
Dude, it was Kenny Chesney that threw me off.
You think he was too short?
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I don't like throwing
Hey,
shade
let me
at
see my phone,
celebrities.
Harrison. Nah, man, me neither.
I'll tell
I
you
think
what,
he's like-
Kenny,
he's like 5'6".
Kenny kills that beach bum. Oh, he's 5'6" too.
5'6".
I didn't think he was that short.
Back to ankles.
He's not tall.
Back to ankles.
Kenny,
He got no ass.
Kenny's got that perfect country beach vibe deal going on. I love it. Him and Uncle Cracker,
for sure.
they're killing it. Cut
All
off
right.
shirt.
Hey, Harrison, anything we're missing that we need to shout out in the future?
I want to see you got this picture of you and
Go follow,
What's his name?
download. What are we doing? We got to get the boys' stuff out there.
There's me and Corey from a few years ago. Bearded boys.
he bearded.
Dude, he's
Bearded
a stud,
boys.
man.
I tell you what, you need before you leave tomorrow, you need to go shave that mustache back
It's
in.
me and Justin.
That's our main thing.
Yeah, you look a little on the hefty side in that picture, bud.
Nah, man, I wasn't.
That's a couple goo-goo clusters too many.
Man, I just had
Getting
that
that
shirt. I
Nashville
just had that
love.
big old shirt. That's all.
That's
it was.
a big shirt. Yeah, I'm sure.
That's when you wear the big shirt and you're kind of just wondering, and then they, take it off at the pool, and you're just like, oh, fuck.
Yeah,
I didn't
good
know
for
your
him.
dad was jacked.
yeah,
Good for him.
good for him.
Yeah, that's what they say.
What is your Instagram?
Riley Duckman.
Riley Duckman.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't make that up.
Hey, be more country.
Riley Dirt Road. There
Riley Dirt Road Duckman. Follow him on Instagram. He's got
Riley
too many
Duckman.
followers, dude. He's got.
you go, man.
Yeah.
Smell
Underscore.
Baron.
Oh, that thing's badass.
Yeah, that's sick.
God,
So y'all
that's
need
awesome.
that.
Oh
You
yeah,
pull the bus with it.
I want to get. Probably could. This bus is heavy,
It is,
and it's
the
not
bus
running
is
for
heavy,
a while.
dude.
We want to get this thing running at one point, but it was like 77 grand.
Yeah. Wait,
Yeah, I'm out on that, man.
Yeah. Oh, you bought how many? All the cars you said you bought in this damn podcast. How many? You got like 17 cars, and half of them work.
It's fair. At least half of them.
At least half of them. At
least
That's a
half.
good average.
Yeah.
You get this bus running?
No, I'm not a car guy.
Okay.
I just like them.
Yeah.
If
yeah
something
no,
breaks on it, I'm just like, oh, go take it somewhere.
I'm the same way. I'm not handy for anything.
I thought you were like a motorcycle guy.
I'm a huge motorcycle guy, and I ride them until they stop.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, and then it's over, and I'm like, oh, well, someone better fix this.
I guess I'll be on my skateboard.
Yep. I used to ride skateboards.
I know. I know. You didn't have to tell me that.
Oh my god.
Hey, he's got some good banter.
You got some banter from Alabama. When did you start chewing tobacco? When you were 6?
I was probably 12, 11 or 12.
When you had your first chew, you threw up everywhere.
I don't remember if I thought it, but I remember feeling like I wanted to. And still, my dad did Skull Original, wintergreen, fine cut, and that would make me sick right now.
Yeah.
Because that was the one,
Oh, this is one bad kid named Waylon. I grew up on a ranch, and there's this really shitty house in the middle. That's where the manager lived. That's where my mom was a manager. But these double wides were all around it, and Waylon lived in one of the double wides. And he stole a can off his dad, and it was Copenhagen straight long cut. And he would ball it up. He had braces, and we'd do it. And then I smoked weed with him for the first time, and I did that, and I threw up everywhere. I was sick for 2 weeks. Didn't start chewing again until I got the NFL. Then I quit. And now I'm here.
Here we are.
And here's the story. And I found $5.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Shout out to people that lose money on the street.
All right, get off our bus.
Hey, Riley Green Music on Twitter. Instagram, Riley Duckman. Also _ will come. Guys, gals, people of all ages, appreciate you so much for tuning in to another episode of Bussin' with the Boys. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to the episode on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, whatever platform you're on. We're on there. We have a YouTube channel, Bussin' with the Boys. We would love if you subscribe there as well. If you are subscribed and you want to be more for the boys, unsubscribe and resubscribe again. It sounds funny and stupid and kind of obnoxious, but all of your subscriptions and resubscribing and stuff, it helps in these little algorithm games for climbing charts, because again, we are very organic. You guys, where we're at is because of you guys. So we like to keep it fucking organic and just from us, dude, us versus the world. But we really do. We really appreciate your guys' support. A few of you had questions about merchandise. You can go, our merchandise store is on barstoolsports.com. Go over to shop and we are under the brand Bussin' with the Boys. You can find all of our gear there. We restock constantly now. If you guys have any ideas, shout us out. If you guys buy the gear, shout us out. We really do love when you guys talk back to us, add us, mention us, put us on your stories, tag us, all that fun stuff. We like grabbing that stuff and putting it on our YouTube episodes. And again, we just love it, man. We love you guys. We appreciate you so much. Keep being for the fucking boys. Keep being a wolf. The biggest of hugs and the tiniest of kisses. We love you. We appreciate you. Tune in next week for another episode of Bussin' with the Boys.
No old man around for my own, but the judge stops by from time to time. Says he loves the way